Miss it.
Inside Barbara Streisand's home, plus Regis on Entertainment Tonight.
On Veterans Day, battles over teachers and Social Security. President Clinton and the Republican Congress split the difference on schools, but fight on over Social Security. Big money corporate jets carry presidential candidates. Do these wings come with strings? The mega bank's revenge. ATMs for members only. And your medicine of the next century on the countdown to 2000.
This is the CBS Evening News. With Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. It's a significant breakthrough, but not a done deal, on the 6 weeks overdue U.S. federal budget. President Clinton and Republican congressional leaders split the difference on one of the president's main agenda priorities. Money to hire 100,000 new teachers nationwide. But now comes the hard part. The last loose ends could be the toughest to tie up, as CBS News Chief White House correspondent John Roberts reports.
Freeze it!
Even as he paid tribute to America's fallen heroes of war, the president was fighting the budget battle. He urged Congress to come up with the money to fund his foreign policy agenda, from nuclear disarmament in Russia to aid for fledgling democracies.
But all of you know better than most that freedom is not free. And all of you know far better than most that the costliest peace is far cheaper than the cheapest war.
With few exceptions, the president has been able to declare victory in the budget negotiations. In a hastily arranged Oval Office event this afternoon, Mr. Clinton trumpeted a deal with Republicans on his plan to reduce class sizes in grades 1 through 3.
Last night, after many days and hours of discussion, Congress agreed to continue supporting our efforts to hire 100,000 new, highly qualified teachers.
The GOP won a concession from the president, agreeing to give schools increased flexibility on how the teachers' money was spent.
That part of the deal is, I think, the really, really good news of the day. And, I want to just say hooray for the kids.
The president and Republicans also reached agreement on funding to put 50,000 new police officers on the streets. But there are still contentious issues to work out, such as Republican plans to expand logging rights in national forests, and whether Congress will pay up America's back dues at the United Nations.
The White House believes the budget deals could be wrapped up by the middle of next week. Still unresolved, though, how to pay for increased spending without touching the Social Security surplus. The White House conceded tonight that the president's hopes for a 55-cent a pack tobacco tax increase to offset spending have gone up in smoke. Dan?
John Roberts. Also about money in politics tonight, in the presidential campaign, you've seen the candidates hop off those campaign planes on stop after stop along the campaign trail. Ever wonder who owns those planes and how much the candidates pay to use them? CBS News Chief Washington correspondent Bob Schieffer shows you the bigger picture and the plain truth.
If you're a vice president running for president, you've got the edge on travel by reimbursing the government only what it would cost him to fly first class on a commercial airliner. The law allows the Veep to campaign on government planes that cost up to $34,000 an hour to fly. But it's the question of who's ferrying around the candidates who can't fly on Air Force Two that is raising eyebrows this year. Take long-shot Republican presidential candidate Orrin Hatch, who's also chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. He often uses the jet owned by Schering Plough Pharmaceutical Company, which just happens to be lobbying Hatch's committee to extend the lucrative patent it holds on Claritin, the popular and highly profitable anti-allergy drug. Hatch pays the equivalent of first class when he uses the plane and says it won't affect his vote on the patent. But having a private jet at your disposal for that price is still a bargain. Candidate John McCain, chairman of the powerful Commerce Committee, has worked out similar deals to use jets owned by several corporations his committee regulates. He told Bryant Gumbel he feels nothing improper about it.
I don't think that it's a huge deal. Every presidential candidate has done it. I wish I didn't have to, but it's one of those things.
They're not alone. Democratic candidate Bill Bradley has paid for 45 corporate jet rides. Republican frontrunner George Bush has raised so much money he hasn't needed a corporate jet yet. And then there's Pat Buchanan. As his campaign manager's sister was saying, their campaign never uses corporate jets. You can hear candidate Buchanan off camera explaining why.
We do not use corporate planes. We use those.
They haven't offered us one.
What all of it underlines, though, is the mess that campaign finance laws have become. Because no matter how it looks, how bad it looks, it's all perfectly legal. Dan.
Bob Schieffer. Peace and stability in northern South America continue to deteriorate. The latest example is a powerful car bomb that exploded today in Bogota, Colombia. It may have been a blunt warning from drug terrorists to the Colombian government and the United States. The bomb killed at least 8 people and wounded almost 50 others. It is the worst terrorist attack in years in downtown Bogota. Bodies littered the upscale neighborhood. Police say there appeared to be no specific target, but officials believe it's likely the work of Colombian drug lords who just this week learned that their jailed comrades will be extradited to the United States. The first such extraditions from Colombia in nearly 10 years. After this month's delivery of U.S. Black Hawk and Huey helicopters to the Colombian National Police, Bogota announced that it would begin extraditing the first of 42 drug traffickers. Then the bombing started. On Tuesday, 2 government officials were injured, as well as several bystanders. That same day, U.S. Congressman Dan Burton told me it's a battle now on 2 fronts, against the now combined forces of drug lords and old-style Marxist guerrillas trying to take over the government. Where the Black Hawk helicopters arrived for the police, and within days there's a bombing near police headquarters. And you think that's sending a message?
I think they're sending a message that they're going to go all out to control that country as much as possible. And I think they can do it. If we don't give the Colombian National Police and that government the tools necessary, I believe that Colombia will become a narco-guerrilla state.
Burton and other Republicans say the U.S. should be sending billions to fight the combined forces of revolutionaries and drug traffickers throughout northern South America and on into Central America. But the State Department view is this is an unwinnable flight data recorder. Bob?
Well, Dan, clearly the best hopes for solving the crash do rest with the cockpit voice recorder, which tonight unfortunately remains somewhere amid the wreckage in 270 feet of water. The Navy salvage ship Grapple, shown here, headed to safe harbor today after rough seas last night forced investigators to once again suspend their search. A second ship, the Carolyn Chouest, does remain at sea tonight, but the waves we're told are too high for its underwater robot to work. Now, investigators at the same time are still tonight analyzing the flight data recorder, but still nothing so far suggests an airplane failure. So the question remains, what happened up front in the cockpit? Did the pilots put the plane deliberately in a dive because of a problem like a fire or perhaps a loss of pressure? Or did a crime take place? The truth is, without the cockpit voice tape, there's no way to know right now. Dan?
Thanks, Bob. Still to come on the CBS Evening News, common sense and violence. Are or are not schools cracking down too hard? Sorry, wrong card. Big banks began stiffing some ATM users. And on Veterans Day, unknown soldiers coming home at last.
Months ago, I wouldn't have considered doing this. Today, it's a different story.
Introducing PharmaSure Joint Formula, scientifically formulated with ingredients that help rebuild and renew existing knee and hip cartilage.
99, 100. Phew, we made it.
Grandma, where's Bunny?
Oh, you're kidding.
PharmaSure, inspired by life, created by science. Only at GNC, Rite Aid, and drugstore.com.
3 minutes from now, a heart attack victim will be rushed into this emergency room. Medication will be injected. IV fluids will be needed. The patient will be protected from infection. Breathing will be assisted. And one more life will be saved.
Mrs. Hanson? Yes? Hi, I'm Dr. Moore. Oh, your husband's doing fine. Oh, I'm so glad.
Thanks to advanced medical techniques and a material we call plastic.
What if you could treat wrinkles like an expert would? With Rock, the #1 anti-wrinkle cream in France, you can. Developed with dermatologists, Rock's pure and active form of vitamin A works deeper, inside skin surface. In a 12-week study, the appearance of fine lines was reduced by 86%, wrinkles by 42%. Something more superficial beauty treatments could never promise. Rock, we keep our promises.
Prosecutors in Colorado have revealed for the first time that the 2 student gunmen responsible for the Columbine High School massacre left behind several videotapes. They describe events leading up to the killings, and law enforcement agents say, quote, "It's obvious these guys wanted to become cult heroes," unquote. A partial transcript of the tapes will be read in open court tomorrow during sentencing of Mark Manus. He has pleaded guilty to helping supply a semi-automatic handgun used by the Columbine killers. Following Columbine, schools nationwide have instituted so-called zero-tolerance policies toward violence, to the point where some are asking if zero tolerance is too intolerant and perhaps goes too far. CBS's John Blackstone has been investigating.
In the wake of Columbine, as schools across the country declared zero tolerance for troublemakers, it's brought a rash of unusual punishments. In Illinois, 7-year-old Lamont Agnew was kicked out of the 2nd grade for 45 days for bringing toenail clippers to class. In Minnesota, Army-bound Samantha Jones thought her yearbook picture on a flag-draped howitzer was patriotic. But officials say even photos of guns are forbidden on campus. At Granite City High, east of St. Louis, the new anti-terrorist policy bans unnatural hair color. So when Kyle Schreiber showed up with hair dyed green, the principal sent him home.
He told us we had to change it or we couldn't come back to school, and my friend Jeff had to take his lip piercing out.
Does he have a right to distract other students? Does he have a right to disrupt their education?
Now there's one other question. After Columbine, have schools become too tough?
As schools try to create safe and welcoming campuses, they can't check their discretion and good judgment at the schoolhouse gate.
Particularly when inside the schoolhouse gate, it's actually pretty safe these days. In spite of a few tragic incidents, statistics show violence in schools has actually been dropping over the last decade. At Lincoln High in San Francisco, there's less trouble today than there was in the 60s and 70s, says Dean Florence O'Malley.
Most kids want to be successful. Most of our kids want to go to college, which is a change from what it used to be.
Most students here don't worry about guns and knives.
Actually, metal detectors, bag searching, locker searching, they're my worst nightmare.
As school administrators try to prevent another Columbine, some worry that zero tolerance sometimes makes 0 sense. John Blackstone, CBS News, San Francisco.
Next on CBS, round 2 in the ATM battle.
Attention ladies in aisle 4, getting the nutrition you'd like out of that cereal?
Yeah?
Because you'd need 4 boxes to get the folic acid in 1 box in total.
Big appetite.
Excuse me, 12 boxes to equal the zinc in total.
Need another coupon?
And you, even 25 boxes couldn't equal the vitamin E in total.
Express Lane? I don't think so.
Only Total has 100% of 10 vitamins and minerals. No other leading cereal comes close.
We'll take the Total.
Total Raisin Bran, Total Cornflakes. What are you getting for breakfast?
This Social Security measure.
In 1935, FDR helped millions of Americans retire with less worry. Today, we're picking up where he left off. Introducing the Retirement Income Manager from T. Rowe Price, a unique advisory service that helps you determine how much of your retirement savings you can comfortably spend each month for the rest of your life. The Retirement Income Manager. We believe FDR would have approved. Call 1-TRP-4-RETIRE for more information.
Same room as last year.
Feels like I have the same cold, stuffy, sneezing, fever. Last time, up all night. How can I focus at 6 a.m.? Try NyQuil. I'll feel better, even with a monster cold.
With NyQuil Relief, you can rest. And when you wake up...
Good luck, laddie.
NyQuil. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever, so you can rest and have a good morning medicine.
All right, kid. Here we go.
What do you got? What do you got?
What? Yeah. All right, come on.
What would you do if someone you loved had a heart attack? Did you know it's now been proven that the same Bayer aspirin you have in your bag for muscle aches may actually help stop you from dying if you take it during a heart attack?
Downtown. Lucky shot.
Can your pain reliever do that? Talk to your doctor now.
Next time I'll go easier on you.
Bayer. Powerful pain relief and so much more.
In California, it's the revenge of the big banks on those automated teller fees that have become such a sore point for ATM users nationwide. in one of the first cities to impose caps on those fees. Mega banks, Bank of America and Wells Fargo today led the charge to keep those charges coming. CBS's Vince Gonzalez reports how.
Customers at some ATMs in Santa Monica today just wanted to get their money. But instead of cash, the machines spit out an attack on the city government.
Won't allow me to use it. That's a shame.
Bank of America and Wells Fargo are fighting back against a new city law that bans them from charging an extra fee when non-account holders withdraw money.
I can't get any money out for food or parking or anything. So I got to go somewhere else. I don't think this is right.
But the banks say from now on, only their customers will be able to get cash from their ATMs in Santa Monica.
What other business that you know of gives away a product or service for free to a non-customer? What other business? Do you walk into the grocery store and walk away with a carton of milk for free because you're not a customer of that store?
The big banks are acting like spoiled children who are taking their ball and going home and playing.
Santa Monica's leaders say the banks have been gouging consumers with high ATM fees for years, and now they're trying to bully the public.
The banks are going to find that this public relations ploy was ill-conceived and will backfire on them.
But the banks appear to be digging in. They're already promising similar restrictions for their ATMs in San Francisco, where residents also voted to ban surcharges. The banks warn the days of easy access to cash could be numbered if more cities ban ATM fees. They say they need the money to run their ATM networks, and without it, some banks could stop providing ATMs altogether. Vince Gonzalez, CBS News, Santa Monica, California.
Straight ahead on CBS, countdown to 2000, news about treating disease with genes.
Let's be honest. There's really no such thing as a gracious winner. You might say things like nice game or shake your opponent's hand. But no matter how humble you are on the outside, deep down on the inside, you're saying, I'm better than you are. The Mitsubishi Galant, ranked the #1 family sedan under 20 grand by Car and Driver. Better than Accord or Camry. Boy, we just love saying that.
This is the base of erectile dysfunction. So is this. And this. Fact is, 1 in 3 men have some form of ED, a medical condition also called impotence that affects men of every age, race, and background. What else do all these men have in common? They all faced up to their problem and got help. If you're experiencing ED, there's no need to hide your face. Just talk to your doctor. It's the best way to get educated about ED and how to treat it.
A lot of people have allergies. I have multi-symptom nasal allergies. It's the sneezing, itchy, runny nose, the nasal congestion. It's all of it. I told my doctor, I've had it. I want an allergy medicine made for my kind of allergies. He prescribed multi-symptom Flonase.
Flonase nasal spray once a day relieves all nasal allergy symptoms all day and night.
All it takes is Flonase.
The #1 prescribed nasal allergy spray. Even kids as young as 4 can use Flonase. For best results, use daily. If side effects occur, they are generally mild and may include headache, nosebleed, or sore throat. Call to learn more. Ask your doctor about multi-symptom Flonase.
When you get it all it takes is Flonase.
Dr. Scholl's next stop, San Francisco.
Let's talk about feast. I do have corn. I've tried Band-Aids. They don't get rid of the corn.
This is Dr. Scholl's Cushland Gel Corn Removers. The Cushland Gel relieves the pain.
The medicated disc removes the corn.
It just feels so much better.
My work here is done.
50 days now to the year 2000. Some of the world's top doctors gave the British Medical Journal a preview today of medical advances they expect within a few years. For instance, brain scans that can diagnose mental illness, biochips to improve eyesight in the elderly, microsensors that sniff out disease bacteria, and gene research to predict, prevent, and treat all kinds of disease. In truth, some of that future is already here, as CBS's Wyatt Andrews shows you in the countdown to 2000.
59-year-old Homer Gum is on a trip to the future of medicine, genetic medicine.
How you feeling, Homer?
With his arteries clogged and his heart about to fail, he cannot take a surgical bypass. So doctors are injecting a gene that will tell his heart to grow its own bypass.
You're getting your dose right now.
It's a dose of VEGF, a human gene that stimulates the growth of blood vessels. With 6 pinpoint injections, Dr. Jeffrey Isner says Homer's heart should sprout new arteries.
They are supposed to grow out, grow around the blockage, and head for the part of the muscle that's not getting enough blood flow.
When you got out of med school, did you ever foresee the day you'd be doing something like this?
Never. I mean, not even close.
Once an unreachable fantasy, gene-based medicine is here. In another experiment, doctors use the gene that heals wounds to make a protein and spray it to heal the leg of Bernice Bauer.
Anything out there, I am willing to try. Anything.
What do you think?
I think it's doing.
You think it's working?
Yes, sir.
Some genes can help treat disease, but gene testing can help eradicate it. Already, parents with hereditary diseases like Huntington's can come to this in vitro lab for gene tests on embryos just 8 cells old. Doctors can then plant in the mother only those embryos that test free of the disease.
This technique has the potential really to eliminate this disorder in the population because if it's not transmitted to the next generation, the disease stops right there.
That's a new kind of medicine. That's right.
In the new millennium, this ability to exploit gene function will change medicine. Have a look in Bill Hazeltine's freezer.
And this is modern human anatomy.
You're telling me that in this freezer, that's the human being?
It is the essential components of a human being.
Hazeltine's company, called Human Genome Sciences, has isolated tens of thousands of genes.
And we have a virtually complete collection at our disposal.
They are using those genes to invent a new kind of drug. Just like the genes injected into the heart of Homer Gum, these new drugs won't heal the body chemically. Instead, they'll give the body the genetic codes to heal itself.
We're tapping the body's innate capacity to repair itself.
You're talking about growing new cartilage in joints, brain tissue, bones.
Yes, we are.
But there are risks to genetic treatments, including death. In September, 18-year-old Jesse Gelsinger died during gene therapy for hereditary liver disease at the University of Pennsylvania. And while the university investigates the mystery, every researcher in America was reminded this is messing with the code of life.
Part of the real challenge here is anticipating how this foreign genetic material is going to interact with an individual's own biological constitution.
Which is to say, you're worried about those cases where
absolutely
it can go wrong.
Absolutely.
But this is the medicine of the future, now being made in factories of the future. Factories brewing the genetic magic that just may rescue patients like Homer Gum.
I'm positive it'll do it. I just am.
Wyatt Andrews, CBS News, on the countdown to 2000.
Stay with us now for Home at Last, for 3 long-missing Korean War veterans.
For the latest medical news and information, visit our health website, cbshealthwatch.com.
My joints felt locked up. My hands, my knees were stiff. And then I tried OsteoBiflex. It's a natural supplement with a special blend of glucosamine and chondroitin. It's different from pain relievers.
OsteoBiflex actually repairs cartilage and lubricates joints over time.
OsteoBiflex helped renew my life. It works for me.
There's only one OsteoBiflex. Repair, rebuild, renew.
Suffering from nasal congestion? A new kind of relief is about to be revealed. Introducing Natravent, the only preservative-free nasal spray. For long-lasting relief, new Natravent. No preservatives, fast relief.
What makes the fiber and Citracel fiber therapy so special? Of all these fiber therapies, only Citracel's fiber can't ferment to produce excess gas. And only Citracel's fiber is 100% soluble. For effective relief, choose Citracel.
When you were a kid, did you carry a lunchbox? Who was on it? Was it Sir Isaac Newton? Was it Abraham Lincoln? Or was it Evel Knievel? Introducing the new, redesigned 2000 Mitsubishi Montero Sport. For the hyperactive 9-year-old in all of us. Tonight, Like never before, you can relax and not worry if your dentures are clean. Because you started the day with new Fix-It and Cleanser with ProGuard. This unique tablet and denture bath system not only gets dentures 4 times cleaner, it creates the ProGuard barrier, proven to protect against plaque and odor-causing bacteria all day, so that clean feeling lasts from morning till your goodnight kiss. New Fix-It with ProGuard. Start cleaner, stay cleaner.
Veterans Day had an especially powerful meaning this day at a U.S. air base in Japan. There were homecoming ceremonies for what are believed to be the remains of 3 American soldiers missing in action from the Korean War. CBS's Barry Peterson was there.
Their metal caskets were covered with the blue UN flag, the same flag they fought under because the Korean War was waged under UN command. For 4.5 decades, they lay buried under North Korean soil, missing, but not forgotten.
Their loved ones have not forgotten them. The military has not forgotten them. America has not forgotten them.
The small crowd in the drafty aircraft hangar included people like Mary Clutter, who knows the pain of war. She lost a brother in Vietnam.
They and their sacrifice will never be forgotten.
Also here, veterans, with the thoughts of every soldier who comes back alive.
It could have been me too, you know, and I'm just glad that they're finally coming home.
These men were found within the last 2 weeks by U.S. Army search teams. They leave behind some 7,000 soldiers still missing in action in North Korea. From here, the remains go on to Hawaii for identification. But for tonight, they remain 3 unknown soldiers finally come home from war. Barry Peterson, CBS News, Yokota Air Force Base, Japan.
For those once valiant soldiers, and for every American family that has an empty place at the table because some dear one gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country, we pay honor by quoting the poet Theodore O'Hara's words inscribed on the gates at Arlington National Cemetery. On fame's eternal camping ground, their silent tents are spread, and glory guards with solemn round this bivouac of the dead. Part of our world, this Veterans Day. Later tonight on CBS 48 Hours.
And in our part of the world, a war veteran dies doing what he loves. Good evening, I'm Shirley Hancock.
And I'm Mike Donahue. Welcome to KOIN 6 News at 6. New information now on a story we broke at 5. A small grass airfield near Astoria. Winds gusting upwards of 50 miles an hour and a small plane. All too much for even the most experienced Alaskan bush pilot. Neighbors in nearby Swenson and Napa say pilot Dan Hoover landed from the wrong direction, and it cost the veteran his life on this Veterans Day.
The emergency locator transmitter led searchers to a ravine at